Hey guys, welcome to the Q&A. I know it took a little longer getting out than I initially realized, but thank you for being patient, and I hope I answered all your questions well enough. For this video, I'm not going to script anything. I'm just going to be speaking, just giving my answers off the top of my head. Try to give it a more authentic feel, you know? And if there's any more questions that you guys want me to answer that you think of, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'll try to respond to all of them, as always. Thanks again for 1,000 subs, though. It really means a lot to me, and I have no idea how we made it this far and this fast. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. Okay, let's get started. Feb asks, do you think your younger self would expect you to make ASMR videos when you're older? Definitely not. I can say with absolute certainty, younger me would have no idea what this is. And if he ever heard of ASMR content, he'd probably dislike it publicly, but secretly, he'd be interested in it, and he'd probably listen to it on his own time. He wouldn't tell anyone, though. But yeah, I don't think he'd expect me to make ASMR videos, ever. Glad he was wrong. Alright, do you have a certain life goal or mission? I don't really. I mean, it varies depending on what I'm doing at that point in my life. Right, so currently, the life goal or mission that I have is to keep making content and grow the channel as much as I can. It's small, but it's something I like working towards, and I hope I can really achieve something cool. Do you wish to make ASMR videos for a living, or keep this as a small hobby? If I could ever get to the point where I could do this for a living, that would be amazing. Hopefully, I can get to that point. I don't know if I ever will, but I'll try my best. I'm definitely looking to make some, more content in the future and spread to multiple platforms. Hopefully, but we'll see. Any stories on anything nostalgic or interesting? I'll keep it to the channel, so I posted my first audio on June 21st, right? It was the drawing with your partner one. I remember it. But I first recorded around 20 audios about 5 months before that, like in January. That's when I actually started recording for the first time. And I intended to post them, but I was so scared that I decided not to. And I waited until I could finally work up the courage. So it took from January all the way till June 21st before I finally grew some balls. That is that is how long. That is how long it took. Have you ever considered being a voice actor/actor? Not particularly. Voice actor maybe a little bit. I mean, it is something I do enjoy doing, evidently, but to actually act as a character in, say, like a video game or some kind of animated show, I just don't think I'd be good enough. Right? Like, I could audition, sure, but they're not gonna pick me, so I never really considered it a viable option. And actor, like say on stage or movie or TV, whatever, definitely not. Definitely not. I'm nowhere near handsome enough to be an actor. I am not good at acting. I am not trained at all. I didn't even take drama in school, so it's not something I'd be good at. Plus, I would have terrible stage fright. Don't put me up there. I will be scared. And the last question is, are you hiding in my closet? Maybe. Why don't you go check and find out? Anyway. So Lila asks, what languages do you speak and what made you want to start making ASMR? Okay, so first, languages I speak English and very, very remedial French. I mean, I am from Canada, so we have to take French in school and stuff, but after I got the necessary credits to pass high school, I never looked at French ever again. I know the basics, but nothing more than that. So, really, just English. And what made me want to start making ASMR? Honestly? Okay, well, there's two reasons. One, I have been told I have a nice voice before. It's not totally new to me, right? And two, I listen to a lot of it, right? I, obviously, I make boyfriend audio role plays, and logically, it means I myself listen to a lot of girlfriend audio role plays. So I don't know, really. You kind of just wake up one day and say to yourself, you know what? Maybe I'll give this a try. See if anyone likes it. And fortunately, some people did. Thank you, guys. Icon96 asks, I follow quite a bunch of audio makers out here, and honestly, my question is, how did y'all start doing it or get into it? Like, did you really just wake up one day and decide that you're going to voice record yourself talking and post it? Yes. Yes, I did. As I mentioned earlier, that is almost exactly what happened. Just, some people say your voice is nice, you enjoy ASMR, you decide to give it a go. I mean, look, what's the worst that could happen, right? Curleen asks, what's your top 3 places you'd want to travel to? If I could go anywhere in the world, where would I go? I guess, one, I'd want to go to Italy. I think it would be great to try the food there. I'm a big fan of Italian food, and I really, really like pizza. Pizza is a weakness of mine. So, if I could try some Italian pizza, that would certainly make my day. I think number 2, I don't know. Maybe I do kind of want to see what Australia's like. I know I've heard stories of the wildlife there being, well, you know. But I think it could be fun. Let's see some things you never see anywhere else. I say that until I wake up one morning and there's a spider the size of my hand that's in my shoe. Then I go home immediately. And place number 3. I don't know really. The only 2 places I've been are Canada and the United States. So I guess probably some other European country. Actually, I'd love to visit Paris. Paris would be cool. Really have a reason why, but it's just, it's a very, very iconic location. I think it would be cool to actually be there in person. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Italy, Australia, and Paris. And does it ever get weird when recording, or like when you say something and you can't stop laughing? Yes. Yes, it gets weird recording all the time. Probably the most paramount example of this is trying to record kissing sounds. Because the mic sometimes doesn't pick them up very well. Right, it's a sensitive microphone. I'm using a Shure SM7B. So, you need to get very close in order for it to pick up sound, because the gain is naturally very low. So if you're going to make sounds like kissing, what I do is I kiss my own palm. And sometimes it just doesn't make good sounds. Or sometimes I'm just unsatisfied with the sounds, because I'm picky, and I want it to sound good. What can I say? But yeah, so what will happen is I'll end up sitting there doing a whole bunch of takes of me just making out with my own hand. If anyone ever saw me doing this, I would look like a depraved lunatic. So, it is not lost on me that this is very weird. What I'm doing is weird. Fortunately, or I guess I hope the finished product is good. Right? Like I hope you guys enjoy the various sounds I make, be it kissing or anything else. Voice acting though has never really been that weird, right? Like playing a character, even if it's like some demon or something. It's just playing a role. It's fun. I enjoy it. All right, Neopet asks, is there any type of personal pet peeve or something you just don't like that you wouldn't put in a video, unrelated to YouTube guidelines or whatever? It doesn't have to be anything serious either, just something you don't like. There's nothing that comes to mind that's like distinctly off limits, like I would never do. But there's things that generally don't fit my sensibility, so I will look for something else, like certain role plays. I'm not a big fan of like exes getting back together. There's a whole lot of scripts with that. It's just not a scenario I really like. I do not want to get back together with my ex, so it's just not something I appreciate. Um, Other than that, there's nothing I'm too actually. Yeah, the only time I'm really uncomfortable is if audios really go over the line. So I've done a few yandere videos, and I like yandere videos. They're fun to record, but every now and then you come across a script that's a little bit too. It goes a little bit too far. The example I'll give you is I once read a yandere roleplay where essentially it was I have you tied up, I the speaker, you the listener, you try to escape, and I catch you, and I tie you back up again, and are you ready? In order to prevent you from escaping again, I am essentially telling you that I'm going to cut off all your limbs. Right? Very, very far. You don't actually do it. Like, it doesn't get to the point where I actually do it, but threatening something like that is a little bit too far, in my opinion. It's a little bit over the line. That is. Yandere is a very touchy subject, right? It treads a very certain line. So I try to stick to the more playful side of it. I hope, but every now and then you come across a roleplay that just goes a little bit too far. That is something that I tend not to include, right? Like if I was listening to a roleplay and the VA threatened to cut my limbs off, I am out of there. I am gone. We're finding something else. So I tend to skip over ones like that. Look for something more wholesome at that point. I look for a good, calm, comfort audio. Okay, so Purple Potato asks, what is one thing you love about yourself? Can I pass? I guess not. Okay, I guess recently, my voice is something I've really started to appreciate because, you guys keep telling me how much you like it, so I'm glad I sound like this. And what is one personal area that you are working on? Being more responsible is something I'd like to be. Like even doing audios, I will procrastinate these things to the last second, and I really want to get ahead. I'd like to have a bunch released or ready to release, sorry, so that I don't feel pressured to finish recording at the last second. But even though I've had the time, I've always just decided to do other things. So, responsibility, that is something I'd like to work on. What is one thing you want your future self to remember about this experience? One thing I never want to forget is the feeling I had when I first started posting content. Because obviously I was completely new. My channel had no reach, no audience, nothing. It was basically just shooting in the dark. And I remember every time I would check YouTube Studio to see what kind of numbers I did, anytime I had even a single extra viewer, I was both happy and very nervous because somebody watched something I made. It was incredible and scary. And I still remember when I got my first comment. I was so happy. Somebody watched me, decided to engage, and wrote some really nice words. So my voice was soothing. I was very happy. Now, even today I'm not big at all, I'm still a very small creator. I'm worried that in the future that I'll get to the point where I won't be able to respond to every comment like I do now. I really like interacting with you guys, and I hope I never forget to appreciate you all like I did when I was just starting. What is something you want yourself and others to remember or think about on the bad days? Wow. Um, what I try to tell myself is that more good days will come. All right. The bad days will pass. There are more good days ahead. So, one of the things that I told myself when my cat died was twofold. A, she didn't have to suffer anymore because she was quite sick by the end of her life. And B, I was just happy that I got to spend 15 years with her. Right? I didn't have her anymore, but I had 15 good years with her. And I was happy for that. So that would be it. Enjoy things while they last, and remember that on the bad days, there will be more good days ahead. Wolfie asks, what is your favorite animal? And follow up, what is your favorite mythical creature? Okay, favorite animal would be a cat. Just a simple house cat. I had a cat growing up, and she was my best pal. So, that would be my favorite. And also, I'm a big fan of tigers. I think tigers are really cool. The orange and black stripe patterns. Very, very beautiful animals. And big kitties. Oh, and if we're bringing prehistoric animals into the mix, I love dinosaurs. So, the T-Rex, what a cool animal. What a cool creature that was. Scary, but I love the first Jurassic Park movie, and it's because I thought the T-Rex was the coolest thing in the world, man. So, cats, tigers, and tyrannosauruses. Follow up. What is your favorite mythical creature? I mean, obviously, big fan of dragons. I feel like that's a very obvious answer. I think the chimera is very cool. The kind of the lion head, the goat head, and the snake tail on kind of like a winged body. Very interesting animal. Very interesting. I'm not sure what else. Favorite mythical creature. I mean, I am a big fan of succubus. Okay, moving along. FW Dex asks, "What are your motives for ASMR?" I mean, two main motives. One, how well the channel's been growing over the past month. I cannot thank you guys enough for all your support. And two, is your guys' support. It's getting to read all your nice comments and interact with the community. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate you so much. Alright, Misaki asks, do you like sweet, salty, or spicy food? Personally, I am not a fan of spicy food. I just think it hurts. It doesn't taste good, it just hurts. What if this food caused you pain? That is spicy food to me. And sweet and salty are both excellent, though. I love them. Do you have any tattoos? If so, what are they? I do not. I'm sorry to disappoint you. 3. What is your love language? I'm not sure what order I put them in, but I know number 1 is physical touch. A hug will make my heart race. Number 4. What's something rare that you find attractive on girls that guys barely mention? Ooh. Something rare. Hmm. Um. Uh. I mean, I am a big fan of a nice voice. I don't know if that's rarely mentioned, but it's very true for me. What's something rare? I don't know really. I'm attracted to almost anything. I'm not very picky. I can't afford to be. So I guess voice would be my answer. I'm not really sure what else. Number five, will you have a Discord server in the future? Yeah, I could see it happening. I make no guarantees, but it's something I could definitely look into. It could be interesting. It could be a cool way to kind of interact with the community in a different way. Like actually show up in voice channels and stuff. You guys can talk to me and stuff. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. Certainly something I'll look into. And number six, what's your current favorite song? It can be more than one. I was just shown this song recently. Here, let me just pull it up for a sec. I forget what it was called, but it's very nice. Oh, here it is. It was Beauty and the Beast by The Rose. It's a very, very sweet song, and I really enjoyed listening to it. I'm happy that it was recommended to me because it's very beautiful. Launa? I'm not sure, I'm sorry. Asks, where do you come from? Also, what inspired you to start voice acting? I am from Canada. And what inspired me to start voice acting? Again, as I mentioned earlier, just decided one day to start doing ASMR because I really enjoy listening to it. Alright, Arthur asks, what's your three hobbies? The only thing my mind came up with. That's okay, it's more than enough. My three hobbies. So one is working on the channel, right? Obviously, recording audios is one of the main things I do. These things take a lot longer than you guys think. I know it's the videos are only between 5 and say 20 minutes, but they take a few hours to record, so this is very much a big part of my day. It's a lot of fun though, so I really like it. And number two, playing video games. Again, it's how I unwind typically. I just you know, the end of a long day, sit down, play some games, takes your mind off things. It's nice. And of course, three would be I work out, and I really like that time because it's the only time I'm not really staring at a computer screen or my phone. So it's great to kind of, I don't know, like calm your mind, and it's good for your body too. You know, make sure you're stretching and moving and using your muscles so that they don't atrophy. All right, Yume asks, where are you from? Canada. Favorite color? Blue. What made you start ASMR? I decided to do it one day. Really enjoyed ASMR. Thought I'd give it a try. How tall are you? Oh man. Why did you have to ask that? Actually, I could just lie. I mean, it's not like any of you guys know. Maybe I am 6'2". Who could tell? Alright, but seriously, I am about 172 centimeters, or about 5'8". I know, I'm not very tall. A lot of people say I sound taller than I am. I am cursed with deep voice. But it's fine. I wish I was taller, but what are you gonna do? Favorite animal? Cat, T-Rex, or mythical dragon, chimera, or succubus. And that's it. Alright, cool. I, I hope I answered all your questions. Okay, 80 asks, favorite color? It is blue. I have so many questions. Yeah, but you never asked them. I don't see them anywhere. I was looking forward to them and you just never posted. That's okay. If you guys have any questions that I didn't get to in the video or anything you thought of while watching, just put them in the comments and I'll get to all of them. All right, I will keep checking. I will answer everything. Okay, so Renad asks, what's your favorite song? Beauty and the Beast, like I mentioned earlier, is something I've been listening to recently. It was recommended to me, and I very much do enjoy it. Other than that, it is hard to pick a favorite song. My playlist is a mess. So, we'll go with Beauty and the Beast for now. Uh, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. Laji Bolala Child's Girly asks, go to ice cream flavor. Typically what I reach for is Neapolitan, the chocolate vanilla strawberry. I am indecisive, so having 3 flavors in one helps me out a lot. And B, all 3 of those flavors are fantastic, so having them all at once is dream come true. Couldn't ask for more. Alright, C asks, how old are you? I am 27. Ray Hino asks, I wonder what kind of music you enjoy. Do you know the Mamas and Papas? And this last part I cannot read. I tried putting it into Google Translate, but it came out as adding ginger to lentil soup. Which I don't think that's what you intended. Maybe that's the name of a song. I couldn't find one by that name, but I'm not sure. And to answer your question, what my playlist is like, it is a disaster. It is every genre you can think of combined into one. They do not match at all, and they will play back to back. So, here, I'll just check right now. So, here, I'll go to YouTube, and here is a recommended playlist. The first 5 songs are Red Sun Over Paradise, into Toxic, into Crazy Train, into Beauty and the Beast, into A Little Less Conversation. That's kind of how it goes. It's just a mess of songs. I don't really have a preferred genre or anything like that. I mean, if the song hits, the song hits. What can I say? Alright, these next couple come from someone who preferred to remain anonymous. So, 1, can you sing? I can, just not very well. Singing is actually something I'd like to learn someday. Right? Like I'd like to try hiring a vocal coach and seeing what they could do. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll sing for you guys. But definitely not today. Your ears would bleed. I don't think you want that. I certainly don't. And 2, will you ever do a face reveal / show IRL pics? Okay, so 1, no, I will not do a face reveal anytime soon. I am far, far too scared to do that. Maybe in the very distant future, but I have no idea. And IRL pics, I'll tell you guys what. If we can make it to 2K subs, I would be willing to post a picture of my chest. Alright. What I'll do is I'll do a poll in the community tab, and if it passes, if seeing a chest pic is something you guys would be interested in, then that'll be our 2K sub celebration, I guess. But we'll see. So, no to face reveal, but yes to chest reveal if you guys want it. Alright, so Infinity asks, will you ever stream in the future? Will you ever stream Minecraft in the future? And when will you play Minecraft? Okay, well, first of all, Vicinity, I will stream in the future at some point. It's something I'd like to try. And I'd probably prefer to do my first stream with a smaller audience, so I can get used to the whole thing. To answer the second part of your question, Proximity, I will stream Minecraft, alright? I promise you. Now, first, I'd like to probably just do a just chatting, where I just talk to the audience for a little bit. Test out streaming, see how it goes. If it goes well, then I will continue. And I did promise to do a Five Nights at Freddy stream to another viewer, so I'll probably do that one first. And then I can do a Minecraft stream. Alright? Are you happy now, activity? Is that a good enough answer for you, capability? Because, to answer the third part, when will you do it? I was thinking maybe this month I could get around to streaming, but we'll see. We'll see. It's hard because I don't know how long I would stream for. I do want to stream for at least a couple hours to really get a feel for it, so I would need time set aside. But we'll see. I hope that's a good enough answer for you, Divinity. And no, I didn't forget the last part of your question, Affinity. I did promise I would say your name in the highest pitched tone that I can, so here we go. Alright, Trinity. Ooh. Trinity! Ow. Oh, God. Why would you want me to do that? I hope you enjoyed it, because I will not be doing that again. Goofball. Alright, Vale asks, what made you want to become an ASMR content creator? What were your motives to start making ASMR content? As I've said, woke up one day and decided to give it a roll. Now, the thing that really pushed me to release the first video, the thing that motivates me to keep going, is I do want to see how far I can go with it. I'm curious how much better I can get. I'm curious what I can do. Like if I can, you know, do different forms of content. I've only done script fills right now, right? Like I go find a script from Reddit and fill it. One of the things I'd like to start doing is possibly writing my own. Maybe trying out some new things, but we'll see. That would take a lot of courage, and I don't know if I'm ready for it. But stuff like that does keep me motivated, right? The desire to do more. I do want to please you guys, right? I hope you don't get tired of me. Alright, so, Caffeine Queen asks, what will be posted on Patreon? Videos, forums, art, etc.? That is a good question. So right now my Patreon is a barren wasteland. There is nothing on it. It's essentially just a donation if you feel like supporting. Do not feel the need to click that button, but I would appreciate it if you did. In the future, hopefully the near future, I'd like to start polling you guys for content you'd like to see me release on Patreon. Stuff that isn't really fit for YouTube, or stuff that isn't appropriate for YouTube. I'd like to know what you guys want to see, because I would like to get my Patreon up and running, right? I'd like to have actual incentives for joining there. So, I mean the basics, stuff like, say, early video releases, Discord roles, if I ever get the Discord up. Yeah, art could be a good one. I could release just the finished pieces of my art, probably with a watermark so that nobody steals them. Stuff like maybe commissions. I'm not sure. You could essentially, like if you were a certain tier, then once a month maybe I could, you know, let you write me something that I record for you, or even personalized messages that I would write myself and send directly to you. Stuff like that would be cool. And yes, I have considered the possibility of doing not safe for work content, but I'm not sure yet. Would any of you even be interested in that? Be honest. Oh, also, I have to do it once. Nurse! Alright, I backed away from the mic. Otherwise, that might have been loud. Oh, another thing. This person's original name was Ara Ara, and I thought I was being baited into saying it. But then they changed it to Caffeine Queen, so I thought I was safe. But I'll tell you guys what. I'll do it anyway. Ara ara. Ara ara. Ara ara. Oh, crap. That last one might get me demonetized. You know what? Screw it. I'll leave it in. Alright. Electroviolet asks, what was your inspiration for starting the channel, and have you always wanted to be a voice actor? I have not always wanted to be a voice actor, no. It was something that I was persuaded to do by people saying my voice is nice. And one of the things that helped is the mic I have right now, I actually bought because I don't have to wear headphones while on Discord. That is the main reason I have this. I don't like wearing headphones. They hurt my ears and they can give me headaches if I wear them for too long. So I wear them sometimes, but if I'm just hanging out on Discord talking to friends, I prefer headphones off. And this mic allows me to speak whilst having Discord come through the speakers, and it doesn't pick up on the mic. So I had the equipment. I might as well try ASMR, right? Starting the channel. What was your inspiration? You know what? One of the first ASM artists I ever started listening to, who did girlfriend audio roleplays, was Verianya, if I'm saying that right. She's one of the people who got me into this in the first place. She's been doing it for many, many years, and she's very good at it. And she's a big inspiration. So I guess you could credit her as the person who got me into this whole boyfriend-girlfriend roleplay thing in the first place. Alright, White Rose asks, what is your favorite genre of audios? What drives you the most? My favorite genre of audios, if you're talking like specific characters, then I do prefer playing, you know, characters on the more evil side of things. You know, like yanderes or, you know, off the wall characters like demons and vampires and stuff like that. They're always so much fun. I have a great time recording. It's so easy. It just comes so naturally to me. I don't know why. Maybe maybe that says something about me. Who knows? What drives you the most? You guys. Getting to read all these comments. That is what keeps me going. The most. Bar none. Thank you all. Okay, K Cosmic asks, if you could own a private island, what stuff would you put on it? What would be the environment? A private island. I'd prefer something with some foliage, you know, some trees, some bushes. Something like that. And, what stuff would you put on it? If I could put anything on it, I don't need a whole lot. I'm very introverted, so I'm happy to just stay inside and just, you know, record my audios and play my video games, and then I guess a home gym, right? Like a really, really well-stocked gym with every machine and weight you could think of that I'd have to myself would be really, really cool. I'd like that a lot. What would be the environment? It'd be cool if there was a beach. I mean, I guess it's an island, so it makes sense. But, yeah, apart from that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get to that point, so it's hard to say, really. Alright, Winter Alia Love. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Top 5 favorite emojis. Give me a second. Okay, I think I'm a big fan of the heart. I do use the heart a lot. The eyes emoji I always think is funny. The cute teary eyes. I don't know what to call this one. That one gets me every time. Anytime someone uses that on me, so I like that one a lot. This one, the sly face. That one's nice. That one's funny. And then I guess just the laughing one. It's a classic, but it's a good one. Second question, what foods do you hate? Anything that's very spicy. I can deal with some spice, but when it starts getting to a point where it's all I can taste, in fact, you know what, scratch that. I don't even taste spice. It's just pain. I don't understand why people like spicy food. It just hurts. I don't get it. Are you good at cooking? If so, what's your favorite dish to make? I am not good at cooking at all. I can make very, very simple things. Like I can boil pasta noodles and heat up sauce. That's something I can do. I can cook eggs. That's not bad. Cooking is something I like to get more into because I'd like to be able to make different things, but there's only so much time in a day, only so much time to learn. Oftentimes I find myself getting takeout and stuff. Okay, so Jasmine asks, how do you do the different voices like the vampire ones? Like, do you have to practice or I don't really practice. What I do is for every audio, not just demons and vampires and stuff. I need to warm my voice up a little bit because it takes a second before I hit like the correct register, right? Like the correct volume and tone and whatever I'm looking for the audio. But after a few takes that I typically delete immediately because they're terrible, I get into a rhythm and then you just keep going from there. Most of my voices are fairly similar. There's just slight variations of my own voice, right? Like, say, the vampire is just a little bit more evil. You just get a little closer and you speak slower, more deliberate. Throw in a pause every now and then, but it really is just my voice in an acting sort of way. So I don't really have to change it or warm it up. It can just be turned on and be turned off again, right? Alright, Alira asks, if you could go back to before you started making ASMR content and tell yourself something, what would you say? Easiest question of all time. I would tell myself to start sooner. Alright, again, as I mentioned earlier, it took me, 5 months before I actually posted my recorded audios? Imagine if I had started this 5 months ago. Imagine where it'd be now. Or, hell, imagine if I started this years ago. That would have been wild. Imagine the kind of audience I'd have. 2 years. It'd be crazy. So, yeah, the number one piece of advice I'd say is just do it. Don't think, just give it a try. Go for it. Okay, Icon96 again asks, do you cringe at yourself when you record? Typically not, but the only time I really cringe is if I have a very bad take, right? Because what you guys hear in the audios is only the finished product. You don't hear all the bloopers, all the terrible lines I say when I mess up words and stuff. If I make really stupid mistakes, that makes me cringe a little bit. If I completely screw up the pronunciation of a word, that makes me cringe a little bit. If my voice cracks, then yeah, that'll make me cringe a little bit. I'm definitely not posting that. That's for me only. Leia asks, which audios are your favorite? And is there something you want to try or experiment with? The audios that are my favorite are typically anytime I play an, evil character. Someone who's a bit devious. So, vampire, demons, yanderes sometimes. Characters like that. The Mafia boss was a lot of fun. That was a good one. Is there anything you want to try or experiment with? I guess just doing new characters. I'm always open to trying some new kind of character, right? Something I've never tried before. But nothing specifically. Although I guess I did mention not safe for work content earlier, so maybe I'll experiment with that at some point. Do you listen to ASMR in your free time or sleep, etc.? Yes, I do. Most of the time, what I use ASMR for is just to kind of have ambient noise in the background. Like, say I'm just playing a video game or something. A lot of people like to listen to music, and I do too, but sometimes I prefer to just have, like, an audio on. It's calming, it's relaxing, and it sounds nice. I used to use them for sleep more, but not so much anymore, just because they're not as effective as they once were. It's hard to fall asleep. Do you like going out to see a movie, or do you prefer to stay at home and watch it there? Normally, I prefer to stay at home. It's cozier and comfier, and it appeals to my introverted nature. But I do like going to the movie theater sometimes. It depends what movie, I guess. Do you exercise regularly? What's your favorite thing to do? I do. I work out about 5 days a week, sometimes six, depends on where the rest days land. What I typically do is weightlifting and light cardio. I just like the way they feel. They help me stay strong and remain fit. What is your favorite cuisine? Ooh, generally, I'm a big fan of Italian food. Like I said earlier, I would do anything for a pizza, right? Other than that, I like steaks a lot. They're very tasty, and I'm not very picky. I'll try most things at least once, and usually I like them to an extent. Except spicy food. Spicy food sucks. Okay, do you prefer homemade meals or takeout slash delivery, or going out to eat? In general, if I have the time and energy, then home cooked meals are the best. Delivery is the fast and easy option. If I'm feeling lazy. Going out is nice, but I don't do it very often. Do you snack throughout the day? Yes, I do. What's the best snack in the world? Um, if we're going for nothing but taste, then homemade chocolate chip cookies are the best snack in the world, bar none, effortlessly. Um, but if if we need to take health into consideration, then fruits and vegetables are something I really like snacking on. Like I can demolish a bowl of strawberries. You have no idea. Do you like coffee or tea more, or both? What's your favorite thing to drink? I don't like coffee or tea. I'll just say it. I think they're both bad. I know, unpopular opinion. Please roast me in the comments. I dare you. Um, I've never liked the taste of coffee or tea. They both just taste like hot water to me. You'd have to add a whole bunch of excess sugars and stuff, and I'm not down for that. Um, my favorite drink. Ooh. If we're keeping it in line with hot drinks like coffee and tea, then my favorite thing to drink would be hot chocolate with honey in it. Right. One of my preferred favorites is like a dark hot chocolate, like dark chocolate, and then with honey inside because it's sweet, but it's also got like a high cocoa content, so it's got a very kind of chocolatey flavor. It's very good. If you haven't tried it, please do. Do you drink alcohol? I do not. Not at all. Like ever. I just don't like it. Are you allergic to something? Yes, I have a peanut allergy. So keep peanuts away from me. What interests you the most these days? Well, that's easy. The YouTube channel. It is it's the project I enjoy working on the most right now, and it's seeing such great results. It's so much fun. I I can't thank you guys enough, really. How do you usually sleep? Position, clothing, and a very important part, socks on or off. Ooh. Usually I sleep on my side. I struggle sleeping on my back. I had to do it for a couple months when I broke my arm because I needed to keep my arm like kind of on top of me, so I had to sleep on my back. And I just don't like it very much. It's okay, but I much prefer my side. I don't know. It's like I need something on my ear. I don't know why. I just do. Clothing. Oh, I sleep either in my underwear or completely naked. Socks on or off? Obviously, socks off. My feet are naturally very warm. If I were to wear socks to bed, they would be sweating when I woke up. And that sounds terrible. I do not want that. Next question is just plushies, question mark. I do have one plushie. I like plushies, they're cute. My one plushie is it's a Pochita from Chainsaw Man, if you're familiar with that. I like Chainsaw Man a lot. I like Pochita a lot. So I was gifted a Pochita plush, and he's very cute. He sits on the chair next to me when I record. First part-time job, and how did it go? Okay, so I never had a part-time job. I only ever worked full-time. My first job was a construction worker, and it went okay. It went basically how I expected it. It's a lot of very heavy labor, and it's not fun, but it pays. So for a short period of time, it was what I did. The big reason why I stopped though wasn't because of the labor. It was actually because I don't smoke, and smoking was allowed anywhere in the warehouse and anywhere outside on jobs and stuff. So I was constantly breathing in secondhand smoke, and I didn't like that at all. So I left, got a different job. Do you play games? Yes, of course. As I mentioned earlier, top three: Smash Bros, RuneScape, and Dark Souls or Elden Ring. Anything Soulsborne from Soft is great. Do you like competitive games or more story-based games? Oh, both. Both. I love competing against my friends or even watching esports competitions. Very, very fun. I watch a lot of Smash tournaments. And I also like story games too. They're fun to experience. It's like a movie that you play, right? It's cool. Do you have a skincare routine? Ooh, interesting. I do. I do. First of all, I have bad skin on my arms. I have KP, so I use a moisturizer and exfoliate constantly to try and keep the redness down. And it works decently for the most part, but some days are worse than others. Some days I have to wear sleeves because I don't want people to see my arms. And I also have a face moisturizer because my skin gets very chapped, especially when I shave and stuff. My skin doesn't take well to razors, so I use an electric one, but it has a tendency to chip up a lot of skin. So I will shave and then exfoliate and then make sure it's all clean and then moisturize. And I do that every other day. Do you wear makeup? Have you ever tried? I have never worn makeup before. Would I ever wear makeup in the future? Look, if I ever decide to live stream with my face, maybe I'll grab a bottle of concealer. But who knows? We'll see. Do you like flowers? Were you ever given a bouquet? And do you have a favorite flower? I do like flowers. They're pretty. I have never been given a bouquet. I've never even been given a single flower. It's sad, I know. And my favorite, I'm a big fan of just like mixed bouquets that have lots of different flowers in them. I do like roses a lot. Roses are very nice. Um, Sakura flowers, like the ones that grow on the trees. Those are nice. I don't know if they count, but I do like them a lot. Those pink sakura trees, they're beautiful. What is on your YouTube page when you open it? Okay, so the Abazor VA account that I have is entirely ASMR. This is the account that I use for ASMR related things. For everything else, I use a different account that is just called Abazor. And on there is like gaming related stuff. There's lots of workout related videos. There's just videos by popular YouTubers that I enjoy watching. Like say from Critical, I get, or I guess Penguin Zero, Penguin Z0 on YouTube. I like him a lot, and anything else really. Bunch of random stuff. Oh, there's a lot of anime related stuff on there too. Anime and VTubers, I get those a lot too. What is your perception of a self-care routine? Okay, to me, self-care in its purest form is just not skipping the basics, right? Eat food, drink water, get your rest, exercise. All right. A lot of people tend to work themselves into the ground, but please have a healthy routine, all right? It'll help you a lot. Would you like to go to a spa, get massages, and try different saunas and whirlpools? I have never been to a spa, so you know what? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see what kind of stuff they got in there. Saunas, whirlpools, massages, absolutely. What's your favorite part of your body? I mean, I guess the chest and shoulder area is what I'm most proud of. And I mean, if we hit 2K subs, I guess you guys will see. So there it is. What would you say is your guilty pleasure? Um, See, ordinarily, my answer to this question would be listening to ASMR, specifically girlfriend roleplays. But I don't really have a problem admitting that because all of you listen to me. So, not really embarrassed here. We are all the same. Do you feel like an adult? If so, when did you start feeling like one? Honestly, like half and half. Sometimes there's stuff I do that I feel like an adult, right? Like I gotta pay bills and get groceries and stuff like that, you know. But I I still feel like a kid, man. I mean, I get excited over video game updates and stuff. Like just recently, an update came out on old school RuneScape, a new quest, Desert Treasure 2, with 4 new repeatable bosses, and I was like a kid on Christmas. It was so much fun. I had a great time playing it. And I will continue having a great time playing it because I intend to farm every single boss pet out of those 4. And when I think about that, I'm like, do I sound like an adult? I don't think so. Very important question. Are you rude to waiters slash waitresses? Absolutely not. I try to be as polite as I possibly can to everybody, service sector or otherwise. I I am actually probably more reserved than I should be. I'm the type of guy who, even if they bring me something entirely wrong, I won't even send it back. I'll just eat it anyway. Whatever. I asked for vegetables, I got fries. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Fries it is. That's me. That is me. But yeah, always be polite to your wait staff. All right. Always be polite to everybody. Honestly, there's no reason to be mean. Would you consider yourself a messy person or a clean freak or something in between? I'd consider myself something in between. I'd probably lean closer to clean freak, although I don't need stuff that clean. So, like, currently, I have my desk, and to the far right of it, there's a stack of papers. This is where everything goes until I feel like organizing it. So, it's like I have a system for being messy, right? Everything is in here. It's like receipts and any kind of documents. Like, I have bills over there. I got just a whole bunch of stuff. Anything and everything. And until it gets high enough, I will not touch it. That's just where I put everything. But when it does, then I will sort it, and I'll be done with it. It's great. It's like you only have to sort stuff, I don't know, once every 6 months. Fantastic. Are you someone who needs to have the newest things? Phones, earphones, clothes, shoes, etc. Do you follow the trends? I am absolutely not someone who needs to have the newest things. Like, phones, for instance. I've only owned 3 cell phones ever, and it was the iPhone 4S, and the iPhone 7, and the iPhone 13, which is what I have now. Basically, I only upgrade it when I feel I have to, because the software updates have caused it to slow down, and the battery's been used to the point where it's not holding much charge anymore, so it dies very quickly. Only then will I get a phone upgrade. And the same general principle applies to everything else: clothes, shoes, earphones. I can't remember the last time I got new headphones. I think I've had these for 8 years. They're very good. I like them. Do you follow the trends? No. No. That's it. Just no. First thing you think about when it starts to rain. Do you have something you do almost every time it's raining outside? Yeah. So if it's summertime, I like to keep the windows open for airflow and to keep it cool. So if it starts to rain, my immediate thought is close the damn windows. And recently, the second thought would be I can't record tonight because the rain, the microphone picks it up. Even though the mic is very good, it still does pick up a little bit of background noise. So I won't record when it's raining outside. A recent issue, but an important one. Do you like hot or cold weather? Oh, that's easy. Cold. Hot weather sucks because you can't escape it. Like, you need to blast the AC, and even then, some days it's just not enough. You're still sweating inside. But in cold weather, it's nice. You close all the doors and windows, turn the heater on, and then if you're still cold, you get to snuggle up in a bunch of blankets and stuff. Be nice and cozy. Yeah, cold weather, all the way. And what do you think about witches? I like witches. Witches are cool. And no, I'm not going to skip this question. I know it's a joke, but I will answer it. I'm a big fan of the witch aesthetic. I think riding on brooms is really cool. That's fun. Being able to cook up a bunch of stuff in that cauldron to various effects, it's always nice. Like the witch from RuneScape, she helps you in a lot of quests because you need to go to her to make certain potions and stuff. Very specific potions for very specific scenarios. Um, so yeah, big fan of witches. Big fan. And the final question, do you know what it means to lick the outside of a watermelon? Or what do you think it could mean? It's a Korean idiom, okay. I've never heard that before. I have no idea what it means. I really hope I'm not being baited, because that sounds like it could be, lewd. But I don't know. I guess it could be doing something the wrong way. Like, obviously, a watermelon you're supposed to cut open and eat the red part on the inside, not like the outside. So I guess that would be what I guess. Let me know if I'm right. Okay, and that is all of them. I hope you guys enjoyed. If any of you actually watched the entire video all the way through, I commend you. That was a long one. This is over an hour long. Holy Christ. And thank you guys so much for 1,000 subs. It really does mean a lot to me. I still can't believe it, honestly. I'm looking at the sub count right now. It's currently 1350. So that's very cool. Hopefully we hit 2K soon. Thanks again, guys. Bye.